What's up, everybody? This is Chieftain, and I'm here with Hero and the one and only Blacklight Oni, and you're watching Season 9 of Laggin Out. Season 9, we made it 9 years. Yay. There's a lot of stuff going on for our first episode, but we're dedicating one subject, and one subject only, because everyone else is talking about it. It is the 900-pound gorilla in the room. It's the controversy with the show Mandalorian. And to give us a brief intro on what's going on, I'm going to hand it over to the one and only Blacklight Oni.
Thank you, Chieftain. Okay, so there have been a lot of discussions about The Mandalorian ever since, well, for starters, since it actually premiered, and with Season 3. Initially, because of the revelation of essentially Grandmaster Luke Skywalker as, in series, which was yes, it was beautiful. Anyways.
No, that was the end of Season 2.
Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself, because they may not get a Season 3, and here's why. Well...
There is a lot to caveat of that, Oni, let me tell you.
Yeah, so, one of the lead characters, one of the lead actresses, Gina Carano, apparently ruffled a lot of feathers, and we already knew this. I mean, this was like old hat. You couldn't really get past another day without seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently this week was the week for everything to just go down. And then it went cruising right on up, kind of like some other things.
So what went down specifically?
Game stonks!
Well, what went down was her contract with Disney Plus on the show The Mandalorian. So she got fired, even after she apologized, for the alleged offensive tweets or things that were said online or in person. And then what went up was that she basically...
jump in there, Oni.
Then she got hired by Ben Shapiro.
There hasn't actually... There hasn't been any confirmation on any sort of apology, actually. In fact, she's been rather unapologetic from the get-go. This has been in the works, and this was probably preempted for...
They were just waiting for her to fuck up, is what you're saying?
Yes,
kind of like Johnny Depp?
The word is that...
You and Johnny Depp, oh my god.
Not the Disney, but the Lucasfilm execs. Now, they're not one and the same, even though Disney runs the show. The Lucasfilm execs, since they're run by somebody that is very, very hard line in the far left court, if you catch my meaning, was looking for an excuse for like the last 2 months to drop the hammer. I think Gina knew all along that this was coming, and that she had plans going in the background so that she could walk away with that middle finger.
Well, she's the type not to take any shit anyway. She's an MMA fighter. She has that killer instinct anyway. So I've read some... I've read a couple of her comments, but some of her positive comments are really positive. But of course, that doesn't get the credence like the ones as comparing Democrats to Nazis. Let's just call it a spade a spade. That's what she fucking did. Well, so you can't have a difference of opinion.
That's actually the big deal, because nothing in anything she's ever posted has been remotely identified as I support Trump, or I think that COVID is a fake thing, or anything. She hasn't even said that she's a Republican. It's just that her views are very clearly conservative. She very openly supports free speech. She's very unapologetic about it. And, as you said, though, that's unsurprising considering the arena she comes from being, the Octagon. Most of those people tend towards the right-leaning center people. She's one of those people that interacts with her fans. And one of the fans of, let me caveat that with air quotes here, fans of The Mandalorian came out and addressed her directly, saying, Gina, you need to put your pronouns in your bio on Twitter so that people know how to identify you, so, we don't...
Fuck that noise. Fuck that shit. You know what? I have something to say about that. I don't have it on any of my Twitter accounts. Why does she have to do that? What people are so offended by fucking pronouns. Shut the fuck up. I don't care if we lose subscribers over this. I don't care. You don't have to put your pronoun in fucking Twitter. This is what's wrong. People are overly sensitive. Grow a fucking sack and not fucking worry about what pronouns are. I think that's what her attitude was. Basically saying in a nice way, go fuck yourself. I'm sorry for cursing so much. I never present
be surprised
but
if
that
that's
really,
how she...
that really grinds my gears.
We already got the yellow check mark of doom, man.
Oh, now we're gonna get
that's
banned
not
on
the only
YouTube. Fuck
thing,
that
though.
shit. I don't care. I'll go to Rumble.
That's not the only thing, though. That's the real zinger to this one.
Right.
Other actors.
Oh, there's
I
plenty
apologize.
more.
My cats are arguing right now.
No.
Stop it. You're on camera.
Oh, that's fine.
Is that other actors in The Mandalorian that Ms. Carano has worked alongside have said very similar things to what she did, but they aren't facing any repercussions.
She had that interaction with that fan, and she was quite literally oblivious to the whole concept. She didn't know why it was important, so she asked, and they said, your co-star, Pedro Pascal, uses his pronouns in his bio. And so she went off camera, went offline, and she had a conversation with him. She came back and actually replied to that tweet saying, hey, yeah, so I did have that conversation, and I respect that point of view, but it's not for me,
Right.
so I'm not going to do it. Thank you for
Right.
educating me. And then they started dogpiling these I'll call them fake fans. I'll call them what I personally
Fake
believe they are,
fans.
fake
They're
fans.
fake.
She came back, the Twitter mobs came after her, because that's what they were, and started saying you need to put your pronouns in her bio, and she started a literal freaking Royal Rumble on Twitter
Good.
to defend herself, and ended it by saying, you know what? Fine, I'll put pronouns in my bio. I identify as a droid.
Yes!
These are not the
mic
droids
drop.
you're looking for.
And that was the beginning. And that was the beginning of this controversy. That's where this all
Right.
started.
Because people can't.
To continue on, there were other things that she posted that people wanted to... they were continuing to watch her like a hawk. There were other things that she posted that people wanted to drive a hardcore narrative against her with. They started saying she was transphobic for Beat Bop Boot. Then they started saying that she was an anti-masker and COVID denier. Because she posted up a meme that had the picture of people wearing masks, saying that the Democrats have come out with a new regulation on how to properly wear a mask. Now you need to wear it so that it covers your eyes, so that you don't see the evil as.
That's freaking hilarious.
It was just a freaking meme, but people took it as that she was anti-scientist and anti-mask wearing, and then it continues. It continues to this escalation point. She went quiet on a lot of things. It's quite clear that Big Brother Disney came down and tapped her on the shoulder. I think that's where she realized that she's not going to stay on The Mandalorian. She started looking for a way out, which led her to her post where people tried to say that she was comparing Jews to Republicans. And that's what the offense is. Somebody somewhere found it super offensive and started.
Wait a minute. Wait, let me stop you right there. She was comparing Jews during the Holocaust to Republicans, but Democrats compare Republicans to Nazis all the time, and that's okay. So if you switch the narrative,
get to that, Chief.
It's not okay. So you can't have a difference of opinion.
You know what?
Is that what you're telling me? I just want to make sure this is perfectly clear.
That's exactly
that is what you're telling me.
Let me put it to you another way. If you say something against an individual that is relatively negative, then take a look at what you say and flop what you're saying with a person of another race, a person of another way of thinking. If it sounds shitty, it's probably shitty.
I have friends that work in video games and feature films. I'm not going to be specific, but they're silent. They're conservative, but they have to be quiet about their personal opinions about stuff. When impeachment went over at this particular studio, there were people cheering about it, and he had to remain quiet because he was in fear of getting canceled.
Absolutely.
This is the world we live in now. And it's not going to be just conservatives or center people. It's going to get worse, guys. It's going to go to a point where no one can speak their opinion. Now, this is going to be a very unpopular opinion, but speech is protected. Even hate speech. I'll say that again. Hate speech is protected by the First Amendment. And I do understand Twitter and Facebook are corporations and they can cancel whoever they want. But mark my words, they are taking their orders from the government. Jack Dorsey had a Twitter picture meme where it was an image of Fargo and had photoshopped somebody with a red hat getting run through a wood chipper. That was fine. That was perfect. But what Miss Carano did, not even hinting around about her support, she gets canceled. Fuck you. Fuck you. You can't have freedom of speech anymore.